task till the 13th step. I hope everybody completed till the step 16. If you, oh sorry, 13. If you didn't complete, you'll face trouble in today's class because these are just basics, right? Till 13, everything is very basic. What did we do so far? We just created a GitHub repo, we created a folder in VS Code and opened it in VS Code, created an Express file in the folder, we made the app listen on port 3000. Then in MongoDB, we created a new database called library. We did a slash hello world from library server. Like we just wrote a simple get route. And after that, we added body parser to the app and the route. We added a MongoDB connection. We created 2 Mongo schemas, user and book, email, password, name, price, and state or status. After that, we created 2 models with 2 schemas. Okay. So we created user and book schemas, right? With that, we created 2 models, which are essentially our collections in MongoDB. After that, we created the slash sign in sign up route, which is pretty straightforward. You just needed to copy the code I gave you yesterday, and in that, paste this and change a few variable names. After that, we created slash add book. How did we create that? We just write whatever we get from the user into the database. That is like slash sign up, right? And then we have the homework, which is create UI for 6 HTML pages and add all 6 to have a navbar. Okay, add a navbar to all the 6 pages. So it's already 11:34. We'll wait for 1 minute. By the time, move all your HTML folders, I mean HTML files, into that folder that you created called frontend. If you remember, we created a folder called frontend, right? In this folder, store all your HTML files. Just move them from wherever they are currently into that frontend folder. Okay. So these 6 HTML CSS pages need to go into your front-end framework or front-end folder. Okay. So contents, navbar lo em petali sir contents. Navbar always has the same type of content. What is that? It will have all the pages listed. That's it. Okay. For example, we have our 6 pages, right? Where is that? See, we have our 6 pages. If you look here, look at this. We have page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A navbar will always consist of all the pages that you have within your own project, right? So, for example, we have our 6 pages. So, your navbar needs to look like this. You have your navbar. This will be your home page. Okay, we don't have a home page, so let's just neglect that for now. One is add book page. Okay, then is take book, then is return book, then there is delete book, sign in, and other one will be sign up. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So this is how you're supposed to keep your navbar, and all these attributes will obviously be anchor tags, because from this page, if you want to go to add book, what do? You click on this button and you need to be redirected to that website, right? So add book page, you need to be redirected to your addbook.html. So what we do is we add a tag to this. Okay, we can keep this whole thing within a tag, or we can just keep a tag within the div that you are creating your navbar with. Okay, all of you know how to create a navbar, so it's fine. Okay, now we'll get started with the 14th step. So we are going to implement the take book functionality. Okay, So if completed root, not this, we are going to implement this, okay? So the take book functionality, we are going to implement it. Now, what is going to be your logic? I'm not talking about code syntax, I'm just talking about the logic, okay? So this is how your code needs to look like, not exactly, but this is your internal logic. Look at this. What are we trying to do? Think of it like this. We have a book. How is this book represented in our database? It is always represented as a JSON, right? In the collection of book, we'll always have a JSON that is representing this book. Let's just assume that this is the physical book, okay? If a real book is outside, let's just say this is what? Gulliver Travels, okay? Gulliver Travels. If we have a Gulliver Travels, okay, then what will that be represented as in our database? It will be represented as name, Gulliver Travels, price, some, let's just say 300, and then status, right? When we actually get it in, what are we doing? When we add a book, what did I tell you to keep the status as? When we do add book, what are you keeping the status as? Null for now. Okay. Okay. So let's just say that this is going to be null by default. Okay. Just because somebody here said it's null, I'm taking it as null. Okay. Let's say this is null currently. N is small, so null. Okay. This is your database storage system. Okay. So this is how you are storing this information in data. You're just saying that, okay, this library has a real book called Gulliver Travels, and it has the name Gulliver Travels, price is 300, status is null for now. Okay. So whenever the user wants to take this book, what is the primary requirement? The book should be available for taking. Okay. Otherwise, it should be null. Okay. Status should be null. If the status is null, what does that mean? The book has just been added and nothing has been done to it yet. Okay. So for /take route, what will be your logic? You're going to read from the database and find one, or just find, okay, normal find, because we're currently not dealing with duplicates. What are you going to do? You're going to find if there is a book called Gulliver Travels. Okay. So you're going to validate with this name, and in the find function that we use on MongoDB, okay, find function, what do we pass? If you remember, where is the sign in route? See, in the sign in route, what do? We say find email and password as the given email and password. What does this piece of code do? It says in this collection or in this model, find me one, okay, how many, it doesn't matter how many, just find all the objects that match to this. Okay. For example, if instead of email, I have, let's just say I have ali@test.com. Okay. And password is ali123. Then what this function will return me is it will return all of the objects within my MongoDB instance that have email as ali@test.com and password as ali123. Okay. Both of these need to match. One single thing matching won't like allow it to go into this function and all of that. So both of these need to match. What will you substitute this for in the /take function? You're going to substitute this, both these lines, with book name or whatever attribute you give. Name, for example, name colon request dot name. That request dot name you can store in one of these. Okay. So request dot body dot name is equal to request book, const request book, and const auth returns, or in your case it's const book returns, await book dot find. Okay, whatever you named your model, book dot find, open and close curly brackets. Within this, instead of writing this, what will you write? req book, or whatever you name this email variable. Okay, so once you name this, you will write name colon request name. Okay, so that is how your function will be for getting the book. Okay, so what did you do till now? You read from the DB this object. Okay, this DB object you are reading, and now what will you do? you need to write a if condition under that. Okay, once that fetching is done, write if status is not equal to taken. What are you going to do? First, you are going to set this status as taken. Okay, how do we do that? You find out. I'll give you time. Okay, so there will be one specific function which will update all of that. It's fine. Okay, so if status not equal to taken, then what are we going to do? We are going to set the status to taken. Okay, taken is like a string value, taken, and respond with, what do you want to respond with? Res dot send. What will you respond? Book has been successfully given to you or something like that. Okay, and after that just close it. If it is not equal to taken, if it's not equal to taken, you are going to do this. If it is taken, what will you do? You'll just tell the user in the else part, what are you going to do? Res dot send, book is already taken. Okay, be taken. Okay, so this is how you are going to write your slash taken route. How do you write? You write app.post, you write a app.post method to slash taken. Okay, in the double strings, you give slash taken, you give comma, JSON parser, comma, an arrow function. That arrow function will be taking two parameters, request and response. You'll open curly brackets, and within those curly brackets, you will say const book name request book equal to request.body.name semicolon, and after that you say const book returns equal to await book returns dot find, and in opening brackets you give a JSON, and in that JSON you'll have name colon request book. Okay, whatever variable name you gave above. After that you are going to check the if condition. If book returns dot status is not equal to taken, okay, it will be an array, right? So if returns, sorry, book returns of 0 dot status is not equal to taken, then set status equal to taken, and res dot send, response dot send, book is allotted to you or something, and else send res dot send, book is not available for taking or it has already been taken. Okay, so this is what you have to implement. You have about 10 minutes for this task. Okay, because you need to find the function that will do this for you. Okay, how do you set a value in MongoDB? Okay, leave all of this for now. Find me the function that will set one variable of your object. Okay, you already have an object in your MongoDB, you want to update one of its values. Okay, tell me what that function's name is. Okay, okay, current task is finding the function that will allow you to update one key value pair in your object that is present in your MongoDB already. Okay, clear? Task is clear. Like what you need to do is clear now, right? Just find me that function name. Just tell me that function name. That's it. Online guys, clear? Type C in the chat if it's clear, and N in the chat if it's not clear. Okay, so the current task is to read documentation or use Google to find one function name that will allow you to update your MongoDB object key value pairs. Okay, for example, if I have one object like this in my MongoDB, I want to edit only one key value pair of this. There is a special function for this that is already written for us by Mongoose. Okay, Mongoose will have this function and search the web and find me that function's name. Okay, just the name of function. Okay, clear now? Okay, you have like, it's 11:47, right? You have time till 11:52. Okay. Okay, somebody already found it, I guess. Let me validate if that is true or not. I'm stopping the sharing screen because I want to see if this person is correct or not. Mention that will update one object key value fail. నేను డిస్కనెక్ట్ లైక్ స్క్రీన్ కనిపించకూడదని. Okay, very good. Okay, so look at this, guys. People have answered online, guys. Okay, so update one is the function, and this is how you use it. But I'm not sure if you use db.collection.update because you're already getting the collection object, right? You'll already get the collection object auth or book. So this is kind of not how you use it. I'd say this is how you use it. Okay, you do modal dot user dot update user modal, right? So when you create your model, you create it with one name, right? So that variable name you are going to use here. Okay, and then you are going to use update one name abcd function blah blah blah, and yeah. So figure out how to use this update one function on your own and write the slash taken root. Okay, how do you write the slash taken root? This is how you write. Once you read, you are going to check if this red object's status is not equal to taken, and you'll set the status to taken. You'll respond with book has been allocated with you. If status is equal to taken, it will activate the else part, right? So if this is false, then it will activate the else part. So then you're going to say res.send book is available or book is not available for taken. Okay, or book is already taken. So you have 5 minutes for okay, 10 minutes for that. So I'll give you till 12, and by 12 you're supposed to complete the slash taken route. Okay, if you have any doubts, call me. Otherwise, I'll just wait. Okay. Use when we work in Mongoose terminal. Sai Sriya, why are you even bothering about Mongoose terminal? I want the mongoose function, okay? Because I want to write it in my slash taken root, which is in JavaScript. If you give me terminal updates, it's not useful, okay? Guys, you're not using the mongoose terminal or some other technology to edit your MongoDB, okay? You're using JavaScript. So in JavaScript, you're using mongoose. Okay, so how many of you understood which function to use? If you understood which function to use, please raise your hand. Online and offline. Okay, offline guys didn't understand. Let's just leave them. Online guys, did anybody understand what function to use? Okay, leave the function. Did anybody understood what slash taken route is supposed to do? No. Okay, very good. Uh, okay, so I thought you guys will be able to do the project, but you're not at that level yet. Yes, it is going to be another post request of JSON parser. It is going to be a post request, but it won't be of JSON parser. JSON parser is not something that you write post request on. Okay, JSON parser is something that helps you to reduce the complexity of your request and response. That's it. Okay, so you guys like have the wrong idea in mind. That is not what you're supposed to do. I got it. Couldn't explain. Okay. Okay, guys. So because you're unable to do the project, I'll do it myself. Okay, what did I tell you to do first? First of all, just create a project, open it in VS Code. After that, create a folder called frontend, and inside this, you're going to have your HTML files like index.html. You're also going to have, let's just say, signin.html. You'll also have signup.html. After this, you'll have take.html. After this, what do you have? Delete.html. Then you have return.html. That's it. We have 6 routes. And outside this, what do we have? Outside this is where we are writing all of our backend code. So what are the other steps now? We create a new file here, right? So if you remember, touch is the command to create it. Touch index.js. Okay. Okay, this is not that. Uh, index.js. Okay, so now this needs to be a express file. How do you create an express file? It's very simple. You just say npm i express. It will install express. By that time, I'll just write my simple get route here. How do I write it? Const require. Const require. Oh yeah, const express equal to require, and then const body parser equal to require body dash parser. And in this, what will we require? We'll require express, very simple. And after this, what do we require? Const mongoose equal to require mongoose. And what else do we require? That's it, I guess. So for now, const app equal to express, const app equal to express, and app dot use app dot listen 3000. Server is running on port 3000, and yeah, that's it. npm i body dash parser mongoose. That's it. Okay, so now when I run this with node space index.js, it should run my express file. Okay, these are yesterday's tasks. I'm just doing it for myself. Okay, node space index.js. Okay, so now it is running. What did I tell you to do next? I'm going to use nodemon. Okay, guys, silence. Please don't talk. Silence. index.js. Okay, so now I have my Express file running. The next thing I'm going to do is I'll write a get route. This will be my home route, and I'll say JSON parser. Yeah, we need to require. Yeah, that will solve that, right? So, comma request and response res.send hello world. Okay. So now when I go to Postman and try to send a request to this Postman open. I send a get request, I send, and I'm getting hello world. Okay. So my Express app is up and running. What did I tell you next? I told you to create, yeah, connect mongoose and all of this. But what did I tell you next? I told you to write the sign in and sign up routes. If you remember, I gave you the code also. Okay. Folder. Oh yeah, I could have done that, right? Why didn't I do that? Okay, it's fine. Now I do an IRP backend, and I'll select that folder. Okay, so what is this? This is very simple. This is our previous code, and this is what are we doing? We already have the sign in and sign up routes. I'm just going to leave it like that. Instead of users, I'm using something as auth schema and all of this. Email, password, everything is same. Now, what is the next thing I need to do? I need to implement the app.post. What is that? Add book, right? App.post add book slash add book and comma JSON parser request response book added successfully. Okay, for now that is fine. But I want to create one more model and one more schema. How do we do that? We just do const book schema equal to new mongoose schema of name. This will be a string. S is capital. Yeah. Okay. Name will be a string. Price will be a number. Price will be a number. And then what will we have next? Price will be a number. Status. Yeah. Thank you. Status will be a string. Okay, so I created one more schema. Now I'm going to create a model with that. How do I create it? Const book equal to simple. Okay. So after this, what are we going to do? When the user says add a book, what we are going to do is we are going to say instead of before res.send, we are going to do yeah new book equal to okay. We're creating an instance of that book, and we'll say new book dot save dot then console log all of this and dot catch error. That's it. Okay, now if I run this, I should get my data, but something is wrong. What is wrong? Okay, what went wrong? Price is going to be a number. Status is going to be a string. That crashed by. Did it crash? Let's see. Cannot find module course. Okay. My course. Okay, so DB connection is successful. All of that is good. Let's go to MongoDB Compass. I'll just add it to my star. I'll open that. Let me go here, post route / add book. In the body, I'm not going to pass email. I'm going to pass name. Oh shit, how did we do that? Okay, we do it like that. Okay, I'm going to do name colon Ali and price colon 1000 and status is going to be null, right? Now it's null. Or we can pass a string as null because we'll be expecting a string there, so that is fine. Okay, now if I send, what should happen? Cannot post / add book. Add book spelling is mistake. Okay, let's send now. Okay, what happened? Book added successfully. This was all of yesterday's task in less than 10 minutes. Okay, in the dummy database, we should have books. And in my books, I got the thing I gave there. So this was your yesterday's task. Okay, yesterday in the class, we did this. And now what are we doing? We are trying to, okay, now I'm up to speed with you guys. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to implement the / take route. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm just going to set this status. Okay, because status is null, it is not showing here, but we are going to take that status and we are going to change it back into, change it into what? Come on guys, you should be able to tell this, right? What if I post not null, hello and send, successful. If I just reload this, okay, status is not coming, that is the problem. Where did I go wrong? Here I did not add status, it was the body dot status. I am sending it properly, right? Okay, spelling mistake. Let's send again, let's reload. Okay, now it's working. Did somebody say something? What are we supposed to change it to? We are supposed to change it to taken. Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, now let's just go back here. And now I'm implementing a new route called app.post. And it is going to be / take JSON. And then it can be a sing function, but for now we'll just do a normal function. Okay. In this, what are we going to do? We are going to get the request and response. We are going to log in the taken route and we'll just log request.body. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are first going to find the book that he's asking us. Okay, what we're going to do is we'll do where did we find const book returns equal to book dot find. I'm not sure if this is the name that we're using. Are we using book somewhere else? Let's see. Yeah, book is the one we need to use. We need to use the modal name, if you guys remember from the syntax. Okay, now what I'm going to do is book dot find. Just close this for now. And in this find, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to look for the name of the book from request dot body dot name. That's it. Okay, I'm only checking for one, and when I get the return, I'll first log it. Book returns. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the take route, and body name is going to be Ali. I'm just going to delete this and this. Now if I send, I shouldn't get any response because I'm not sending anything, but this is what we need. Let's see what we got. Okay, I got a lot of things. Okay, I got the name Ali that I passed there, and after that I'm getting a lot of things here. So let's see. Name is books, model is object. Conditions is name Ali. Okay, that is correct. But I'm not getting anything. Why? Because this is an async function. Await. Let's await this and we'll make our function async. Okay, now if I run that API again, I should be getting the correct response here. Okay, so look at this. What did I get? I got my objects from my database. If you see, I have an array, right? So I don't want an array. I just want one of them. Okay, we're not dealing with duplicates in our original database. We are just going to assume that there won't be any duplicates. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to get the zeroth one of this. Okay, how do we get the first element of a array? We get it through of 0 like this. And now what we're going to do is exactly that. But okay, you guys don't have Copilot, so I'll just I just do it myself. Request dot body dot oh sorry. We'll get book returns, right? Book returns of 0 dot status is not equal to available, a string again. If it is not equal to available, what do? We say console.log book is not available. And we'll send a response saying that this book is not available. And in the else part, what are we going to do? This is when we change that status to taken. Okay, that is okay. Let's not do it like that. Console.log trying to give the book and set status. Now what are we going to do here? We are going to update that using update one. How do we do that? You guys send me that function, right? That is the function that I'm going to use here. Give it a second. So we'll just go control. So this is how we are supposed to do it. User.update one. Okay, we're supposed to give the filter first. Okay, this is the filter that we are checking for, and name is going to be ABCD is the update, and find all documents matching the condition and update the first document. Okay, this is exactly what we are going to use. Okay, let me just copy this whole thing and I'll paste it here, but we are going to change a lot of things in it, so don't worry. Okay, what we are going to do is we are not going to update from the user model. We are going to update from the book model. And what is our condition? Our condition is, okay, I guess you guys don't know yet, but request.body.name. Okay, what is the problem? Oh yeah, name colon request dot body dot name. And we're also going to close that function, right? So this is not what we want, but the rest is fine. So here what we're going to do is we'll give name, sorry, How do we give that? Let's see. We give something that looks like this, okay, and then we give function or four parameters. Okay, find all documents age greater than 5. Okay, so we don't need those many. What we'll do is in the first parameter we are going to pass something which is going to be, yeah, this is too complex. Let's just remove all of this. Okay, we'll give everything from scratch. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do book dot update one. That's it. We can do an error if there is any. So let's just do an arrow function which is going to take something and it will console.log. No, that is not what I want. What are the two parameters that I get here? I get it from here only. Error and docs. Okay, error and docs, and I'm just going to do the same thing that they did in this function. If error, do this, else do that. Okay, this function I'm just going to do that, and that's it, we're done. Okay, if I scroll down, we should be seeing everything is successful. Okay, so what did I do? I just wrote that function that you guys told me, and I implemented the logic that I told you at the beginning of today's class, which is in here. One second. See, if you guys remember, I told you to write this same code, right? Come on, open. Okay, so we literally just implemented this code, if and else. We read from the DB and all of that. Okay, so it's pretty easy. Now we are going to try and change it. Okay, what will happen? Let's see. I'm not sure if we'll get it, but this book is not available. Why? Because the current status of that is undefined. Let's just delete all these books. We'll add new books and then we'll try. Okay. Yeah, when we add something, we can just give the status as null, right? When are we adding books? Where is slash add book page? Yeah, in add book, instead of giving request.body.status, we'll give null. Okay, so that way we don't have to give that here. We'll do price is 1000 and I'm going to do slash add book. Okay, if I send, this book should be added. Now let's look at the MongoDB. Let's reload this, and I got status as null. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the slash take route. I'm going to remove the price here because we don't need that as a parameter. Now what happened? Unexpected double quote property name JSON. Okay, there is an error. Let's see what happened. We are getting name is Ali. Okay, save book at MongoDB. That is okay, but this is wrong, right? JSON.parse. We are doing something wrong in body parser. Okay, let's see. Okay, that is the problem. Let's send. This book is not available. Why? I need to see that also. Dot send book is given to you. Book has been allotted to you. Okay, but the problem is we're logging book returns, right? Let's see what I got there. I'll send this again so that I get the book returns. Book returns is coming status as null, but book returns of 0 is coming like this. Status is equal to taken. I'll just give taken or book return not available. We'll just do null. Okay, null. Now Let's see if this will work. Null, it is still saying that. Let's just change our logic. What we'll do is we'll keep this in the else part. Okay, this whole thing will go in the else part. This whole thing will come up, and we'll change the if to max whatever we need. Okay. No, not there, not there. We want it here, and we're also going to remove this from there and add it here. So what I do, I just replace different else. Now what I'm going to do is book return dot status. Trying to book status not available. Available. No, wait. What am I doing here? I'm just saying book is not available. If the book is not available, then what should the condition be? It should be that the book is available. Book returns of 0 dot status equal to available is the one, right? Okay, what we'll do is instead of giving it as null, we'll give it as available, okay? Because that is making it a lot simpler. Okay, instead of giving it null, we'll give available, but I'll remove this one. So let's just go here, edit this and make this. Okay, we won't edit, we'll just delete this. Okay, so cancel, we'll delete this object. Now what are we going to do? We are going to go to add book again because we need to add something. Name is this and price will be 1000 and the status will be okay. We don't need to give status here, right? So I'll just send this. Let's see what will happen. Okay, book added successfully. If I go here and reload my MongoDB, I'm getting book status available. And in my take route, what I'm going to do is, if a book is available, then I'm going to do this. Okay, it's very basic code, so you guys should be able to understand it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slash take. Take, and I'm going to give the name here. I'll send, and what should happen? The book is allocated to you, and if I refresh here, it should be taken, right? Okay, something is wrong. What is wrong? I said status should be not available, and yeah, something crashed. Let's see. No longer accepts a callback. Okay, let's just remove this. In that case, let's remove that function and see if this will work. Now we'll try again. Send book has been allocated to you, and let's see what the status is now. It is still available. Yeah, obviously, right? It needs to be await because we're doing a massive function. It is taking time, and if this needs to be await, this needs to be async. It is async anyway. So what we'll do is console.log update is done. Otherwise, what we'll do catch. Okay. Dot catch. We'll catch the error here, and what will we do? It's very simple. We'll log that error. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to write the slash taken route. I'm not sure if we have mistakes, but we'll try. Update is done. Okay, so this is done. Let's see if it actually happened. Okay, so the status has been changed to not available. Okay, so what did we basically do? We just wrote one function, and this function, what it's doing, It is reading the book, okay, reading the book and finding all the books that match the name to the given book's name. And from that, we are taking the 0th element of the array, which means we are getting the first book that matches with the given name. And if that name's status is available, what are we doing? We are trying to give the book to this ask user, and we are updating. If you have an error, we're just logging that, and we are sending book has been allocated to you. Okay. If that is not the case, that is, if the book is not available, okay, if it is available, we are doing this. If it is not available, then we are saying this book is not available. Okay. So that's it. Now, if I try again from here, it should say book is not available. Okay. Okay. So it works. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to implement the return function. What is the return function supposed to do? Very simple. Till now, what did we check for? It's exactly the slash take route, but there is only one change, which is instead of okay, what are we checking for now? We are checking if it is available. If it's available, what are we doing? We are setting the status to not available. In return, you are going to do the exact opposite, where you are going to check if it is not available. If it is not available, say the book has been submitted. If it is available for taking, you cannot return a book that you do not own, right? So you are going to just send that in the response. So that is your assignment. What are you going to do? You are going to write the slash return route, okay, and the exact opposite of slash take route, okay. So you are going to just copy this function, paste it in some .txt file, okay. A .txt file is a text file, and you are going to submit that file as the assignment for today, okay. So that is your task to do. And after that, what do we have? We should have some other work left, right? Yeah, the delete route. The delete route you guys are going to do now, okay. So how do we do that? It is very simple. We have a delete function in Mongoose. Find out how to use that function and write the delete route, okay. So you have about, it's 12:25, you have till 12:35, okay. What are you supposed to do? Very simple. First, from the slash add book, add a book to your database, and from slash delete that book using Postman, okay. So how does the delete function work? You're supposed to figure out, okay. I'm stopping the presenting so that I can research somewhat, and you guys also research it and tell me how you're going to implement the delete route, okay. So you need to figure out a function's name that is going to delete one entry or one object from the MongoDB, okay. Okay, I already found the answer. Let's see how many of you are able to find it. Okay, if you find the answer, text it in the chat. Offline guys, if you find it, just raise your hand and tell me what it is. I want you to find the name of a function in Mongoose that will delete one object. Okay, move. I don't think move is the function. I need to delete one single object. Okay. Delete one. Very good. That is the function. Okay, so delete one is the function. Now find out how to use it from documentation. Okay, find out how to use it and implement the slash delete route. Okay, it is going to be exactly the same as the slash take route, but you're going to instead of update Okay, guys, 6 minutes left. Okay, Kiran, do you have a doubt or did you complete the task? If you raise your hand, what am I supposed to like? Like, what am I supposed to understand from that? Kiran Kumar, did you complete it or do you have a doubt? Okay, guys, 4 minutes left. Okay, guys, one more minute. Okay, guys, so we'll quickly implement this route. Okay, it's fairly simple. What did I tell you? It's the exact opposite of okay. If I just copy paste it, it's that simple. Okay, instead of take, what are we going to do? We are going to say slash delete. Okay, and what are we going to do next in the delete route? And we are going to find the same thing. And if the status is not okay, this whole condition is going to do not, or you can just do not equal to also, but just for simplicity sake I'm doing this. And now the next thing we are going to do is, instead of update one, we are going to do delete one, and the status we are just going to remove this whole thing. And yes, what is the problem here? Nothing. Delete is done. It is done. Book has been deleted, and the book is not available. Book is not available. Yes, that's it. Now if I run this, what is going to happen? I should ideally delete that one entry that I have in my database, right? Let's see if that happens or not. Okay. Okay, in my database I have book. I have one book called Ali, and I'm going to go to the slash delete route, and in the body I'm passing the name of the book. If I send this, what should happen? Book has been deleted. Let's go here, refresh our MongoDB. What happened? The book has been deleted. Okay, this is your task you're supposed to do. It's like that easy. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do is what is the next thing we need to do? Let's just go back, 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 back. Okay, so we implemented take book and delete book. You are supposed to submit the return book as your assignment, and add book is done, sign in sign up is done. Okay, so the routes are completely done. We are done with the back end part of the app except for the return book. Okay, so you are going to implement return book. The slash return endpoint is going to be implemented by you guys as an assignment. And now the thing I want you to do is implement the connection, the API between sign in route and sign up route with these APIs. Okay, these are very simple because we already did the same thing in our previous class. If you remember, we had sign in.html and sign up.html, right? So now your task is to implement the API calls from the front end using JavaScript in the script tag to the backend server. Okay, for the sign in and sign up route, you have 10 minutes. Okay, so it's 12:40 about. It's about 12 minutes. So you have till 12:50 for this task. Okay, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to call the post function or the post route slash sign in and slash sign up from two different HTML files that you already created. Okay, so add the input tags, get their data on click, and you know what to do next, right? Just call the fetch function, give the parameters, and that's it. And don't forget to set the headers content type as application JSON. Okay, guys, you have 10 minutes now, around 11 minutes actually. Okay, I think time's up, right? I said 12:38 to 12:48. So you guys have 1 more minute. Okay, so fetch is pretty simple. What do? We already did that previously. We go Control Shift N, open that folder. You'll be able to see how we did the fetch. We go not library project, back end actually. And if we open this, in the front end part, we had index.html. Okay, so this is how your fetch function should look like, right? So here you are awaiting fetch from here till here. Okay, so we have a function submit form that we're calling, and whenever that function is called, we are going to get the values of input and password. We are going to make them as strings, and we are going to send them through the body. And how do we send them? We send them using the fetch function. You call the fetch function, you give the URL first, then you give options JSON, and in this JSON, the method is post. The content type that you're sending is application/JSON, and the body you're trying to send is body. Okay, so your body needs to be a string. How do we do that? We do it with JSON.stringify. This is the sign in form, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so after that, we have just sending the error if the status is 404. We're alerting the response data, and if there is any error, we're just catching and logging that, right? So this is for sign in, and for sign up, we have the same thing, but we are just checking one more condition, that is if the password given by the user is correct or not, right? So this is how you're supposed to call the functions, okay, and call APIs through functions. So now your assignment is, I already gave you an assignment for today, right? So, okay. So the other assignment is like homework. You don't need to submit this, but you need to do it, which is connect all the APIs that you wrote so far. Okay. What did we do till now? We created the server part, right? So server is completely implemented except for the return book API. You are going to first implement this return book API. It's very simple. What is it? It's the same take API, but you're going to update the values in a different way. That's it. Okay, you're just going to check for one different condition and update the value differently. That's it. Okay, once you implement the return book function, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to connect add book with the /add book API, take book with the take book API, delete book with the delete book API, and return book with the return book API. Okay, it's fairly simple, same code for everything, but the parameters will change. Okay, and the data that you get from the user will also change. So you have to change your input forms accordingly and change your logic accordingly. Okay, so those are the one assignment and one homework. So one you need to submit, one you don't need to. What do you need to submit? You need to submit the return API route code. Okay, so that's it for today. Any doubts? Okay, if you don't have any doubts, you can leave the meeting. Thank you.